What's poppin' people, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I think this video has come out before the other ones, I have no idea, but if this is your first video of mine that you've seen from the regionals, well, if you're here from the regionals, then howdy. This is from the Slice and Dice local. We're going to be having a friend of the channel, KBeats, facing off against one of our members, Solar Ouroboros. We've got the Levia versus Veemon matchup, which honestly, I think this one goes kind of armor favored. Obviously Levia is a deck that really can keep you on the back foot once it gets going, but you do have some pretty decent value out of some of these cards. Having Armor Purge to negate the deletion is always really, really nice. And also you can just be belligerent into security if you've got the value to do it. We're going to see the Biting Crush come down, which is probably going to be killing off the Veemon. So are we probably just going to, yeah, regular Veemon down is going to find the Magnamon Armor, which also fantastic card when it is a fully Evo climb, because a lot of the time the 5s are what really makes it. So if you can catch the Levia before they go into the Levia X, then you actually are set up quite nicely. Also, actually having access to bounce means that these Biting Crush free played Levias can just kind of get cooked. Same with the Levia X, you can just bounce them back to hand, get rid of them temporarily. Actually make them pay for their cards, but it's a pretty dangerous matchup though, of course, if Levia gets cooking. The fact that they had to start with the Wisdom training makes things kind of rough. And it looks like we chose to go for the swing into the Magnamon in order to get the crash, so that way the Octomon would play the Fujitsumon token to their side of the board, and then we get the Levia off of it. Of course, though, we do know that the Magnet is just going to come down for 2 costs because we do have the Tamer. Strip 1, bounce the Levia, and then we're going to swing at security, get the double draw. Purge back down, and that allows us to get for the full clear. So Marcio set up very, very strong in this first game. 1 cost Guilmon just to start building something up in the back, so that rush option is now cooked. And the hand looks pretty clogged with options. A Purge, like we said, is going to prevent this Biting Crush from really getting too much value done. I'm going to go for Biting Crush, pitch a Levia. And we've got 3 security left. Going to see the Leviamon come down, evolves for 1 cost. Rocketo, draw 2. Hits the Mem Boost, hits the Mem Boost. So it does live. No armor texture to cycle here. But we're going to have the double draw once again here. And it looks like we didn't draw into armor texture in that whole setup. Considered playing the Davis. Davis played the Veemon. Interesting. He is choosing to let the Levia come out for free. It's probably because the Levia and Levia, like, he's willing to trade a Davis here. In fact, I'm kind of shocked that we didn't Biting Crush, because Veemon was played by an effect, so you could have gone for the Biting Crush. So yeah, we're just going to scoop up and just go into game 2.
Matrix Digivolution.
Yeah, today's sponsor is me. I appreciate everyone supporting me as they have, and there are plenty of other ways to support. The memberships, Twitch Prime, and all of that are great ways to do so, and just making sure that in addition to slapping like down and making sure you are subscribed, there are plenty of other things that I do that I really love doing and take a lot of work, and appreciate if you guys also gave them a shout and gave us some honest feedback on them, because the only way we can make them better is if people tell us what they like and dislike. But yeah, that's it for today's sponsor. Appreciate you if you didn't skip it. Back to the video. Alright. The players putting out their opening hands for this one. And it looks like we're going to see the double keep. Also, you're going to be going second here, so you're going to see the Levia player open up. And they are going to send the Biting Crush to the bottom, Wisdom, find Wisdom. Their neutral so nice. And just a 1 cost straight with the Magnamon in the back. Don't hate that. Pretty comfy. We're going to see the Veemon picked up off the training swing. No draw, but we are going to get the float into the Veemon. Again, no draw. He's considering putting an armor over just to make sure this body sticks, and I don't hate that. Finally going to see the push-up. There goes the Octomon. Octomon going to play out the Fujitsumon token. Maybe gonna swing into it to try and keep the trash low. We're gonna play out the Magnamon, gain back 1 memory. And then looks like we're gonna correct the boost and then boost go into Levia and then going to target both. Is going to choose to float into the Veemon just to get as much search possible. Fire Rocket and Heaven's going to the bottom. And that is the turn now actually starting for Marcio. So all in all, not too bad. Did get the double pop. And actually did get some memory back, but it obviously ended up working out fine. Gonna go for Rocket, 2 checks into security. So that should be 5k, hits the training, lives the first check, purges on the second. Did have jamming anyway, so it doesn't matter. Gonna swing into 1 and just let it go. And then are we just gonna see the Magnamon? Yeah, it did get deleted, so Leviamon is gonna steal 1. It looks like we are gonna go into the Magnamon here, which is gonna be that plus 6k. Shout out to Conquest Collectibles for providing us with the DP markers. It's very, very easy to tell how big something is on screen. Almost as big as the growing family of members that we have as the Ruin mode comes down. It's going to kill off the Fujitsu and is going to trash 1. And then we're going to swing at security. And he's going to get the pop and then he's going to get the clear. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't just go for the block there, like take an extra damage off the board. Either way, Ruin mode is going to get that recovery 1, is going to get that minus 10k blanket, which is going to keep us locked in the back. Going to see Davis played, and then training just passes out the turn. Nice and easy, gets a Magnamon ready to rock, and we do have a Gazimon pushed up. At our Mega tier, we do have Justice Josh. Thank you for being a Mega level supporter, as our growing family of members does increase. The Veemon is going to get that draw to trash, and then a Warrior Seigeremon picked up off of the Wisdom, which is going to choke us to 1, but a push out goes up to 2 with the Davis, and training a 1-cost Evo to bounce the whole stack, swing in 1, hits the Levia. And we do have a BT8 Magna, which will keep this body on board, but instead he's just going to go for an Uko here. And in an off turn like this, it should be pretty difficult to actually clear out both. So whilst we're kind of doing our wraps up here, preparing for what should be final turn, I want to say a massive thank you to our ultimates, the Tommy NT and Tommy Tricks on the sticks, celebrating 6 months of being members. And also at the ultimate tier, we do have the strike rule. For the champions, Shinny Carry, Coffee Deus, and DHM enjoying the champions tier, joined by Solar Ouroboros and newly upgraded Seb Bainbridge Coombs. And then for the rookies, we do have Bradley Rob, King Fujitaro, and Greatness Beam. Thanks to everyone who has been supporting the channel, and if you did enjoy this gameplay and you liked what you saw, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new here. If you're not new here, consider joining the members, and of course, have yourselves a damn good one.